We make mistakes and we get some things wrong, but it's important to own up to it. So this is a redo of Drew Barrymore's fabulous Bazi Astrology reading. This is Lydia with Karma Chameleon, the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese Astrology channel, the place where I love to read celebrity charts so that we can better understand our own charts and our own lives. Welcome. If this is something that speaks to you, please subscribe, follow, like, all those things. And if there is a celebrity that you're interested in knowing more about, feel free to put that in the comments as well. Thank you. So thank you also to the person who said, wait a minute, this isn't right. And mistakes happen. So I appreciate when you guys catch it because I'm not perfect. I don't know. I've checked. I don't walk on water. So these things happen. And, full disclosure, because, that's how I am with you. My partner just went through a major surgery and I was trying to keep up with videos and everything this past month. And it just goes to show you, when we're stressed and when life is happening and life is happening big, we do make more mistakes. So again, thanks. I somehow had the wrong day. Just one of those things. You put in one number and then suddenly it's some other number. I don't know. She is born February 22nd, 1975 at 11:51. Here we go again. Yep. And this time it's right. So she's born February 22nd, 1975, 11:51 in the morning. This chart makes so much more sense because the other one had her born on the day of a dragon. I was like, I don't know. But sometimes you do get charts like that where it's like, really? Like it doesn't seem to sync up and yet it does. And that also, goes to show how well do we honestly know some of these celebrities when what they're showing us is a persona. Anyway, she's born in a yin wood rabbit year, the month of yang earth tiger, the day of yin earth pig, and the hour of yang metal horse. Now, this is an interesting thing, okay? Because when you look at the flow of elements here, okay? So you've got yang metal that is nourishing the water of her pig. But this fire of the horse is kind of sitting out there all on its own. And then you follow the wood and it goes into this wood of the tiger and the double yin wood of the year. So what's left up at here, this branch of the yang earth, doesn't really have anything to connect with or interact with here with all this wood. And so this feels like the metal and the earth are kind of out there on their own. And in fact, that is the chart. Sorry, it's a windy day. What can we say? All right, so here's the deal, right? She is 45% wood, her ruling element. And as an earth person, she is weak, feeble, one might even say, because her fire is weak. Even though her earth is balanced, the fire is weak at 13%. The wood is super strong at 45%. And then the output is where she's super weak, okay? So the fact that there's so much wood in her chart, 45%. So that's like a fake follow power, if you ask me. And it's surging in. There, in order to qualify as a full follow power chart, she would need a full trio and no enemy element, which would be her own element. That's not going to happen. So she is a seasonal and a traditional semi-wood trio. Her pig and her rabbit, and then the tiger and the rabbit. She also has a semi-fire trio with her tiger and horse. So that shows that she's got the flow that you want to see, right? The flow of her ruling element of wood surged with that strength and emboldened fire, which is very helpful. That gives her power, that gives her longevity in her career and success in her career, feeding her balanced earth. But then the earth kind of falls flat because the metal is only 11%. The water is only 7%. So those are the elements we want to see more of. Okay, so being born, having that rabbit pig combination really sets her up for being a talk show host more than any other of her career options, except maybe writing. And she is somebody that I would imagine is great with conversation, communication on all levels. She's great with helping people. She's one of these people who lives life big and large. She pushes herself. She wants to succeed. She has to be careful, though, that she doesn't go so far in her drive for success and in her desire to live a big, lovely life that she doesn't cause herself stress-related illness or overdo it with drugs and alcohol. That's in there. So the propensity for that extra partying was for sure in her chart. She's somebody that loves to be surrounded by beauty, fashion, and decor of your home, and all those things. You know, someone who delights in all the sweetness of life, the beauty of life. You know, like when you watch Drew sitting on the couch, she's almost all over her guests. She's so touchy-feely. Pig people are the easiest to get along with. They're super fun. They're everybody's best friend. So, of course, you know, you go on her talk show host, you're on the couch, you're suddenly her best friend, and she's all up in your business. She's so fun to watch. All the way back to being that little girl with pigtails in the movie E.T. You know, we have so delighted in watching her through the years. The fact that her hour is a yang metal horse is not surprising because the horse is so passionate, so spontaneous and involved, and go, 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 let's make it happen. And she is somebody that loves to do her own thing. She wants to be in charge. She wants to have, you know, she wants to be the one calling the shots. And yeah, so she's boss lady. She is a boss lady. She's getting her done. What else can I say about this sweet woman? She's got a great work ethic, true, honest, loyal. I mean, she feels to me just so genuine and so wholesome. And the journey that she has gone through to get to where she is a true success story. When you look at the fact that at the age of 3 in 1979, she entered into her first luck cycle of the rabbit. And this shows a whole lot of harm to her. A lot of authoritative people coming down on her, causing her potential harm. This is ages 3 to 12, when we know that as a 12-year-old, as even a 10-year-old, she was doing drugs and alcohol with, you know, a parent figure that wasn't being responsible. She was, from the age of 3, an independent little girl all on her own, very boldly declaring, "My great I am, Drew Barrymore, here to rock the world." Just one of those kids that has that sense of self right from the get-go. And, but, you know, at the same time, there was, you know, this authority coming down on her that feels very oppressive and not safe. And so then we look at the fact that she moves into a period of the dragon. And this is ages 13 to 22. This is a full-on rebellion. This is her hell on wheels time of her life. This is, you know, the Viper Room. This is sex, drugs, rock and roll, and all the rest. This is her, this is a full wood trio now that's formed. So that being said, we know that this year, 2024, being a dragon year, is also forging that big full wood trio in her chart right now, and that is her dominant element. So it's really highlighting the career and showing shifts and changes within it. The dragon and the rabbit of her year harms the earth of herself. So this shows that even though the dragon is the element yang earth, it is not available for her. And in fact, her own earth element is weakened this year. The yang wood is speaking of relationship. Oh my gracious. Is Drew Barrymore going to find her next great love this year? This is a year that is so on steroids for her as far as being busy and tending to everything that she's signed up for. Home, family, job, all of it. She is large and in charge this year. And this period of her life, 13 to 22, was a self-reclamation. Who am I? So again, here in 2024, there is this, who am I? How do I identify with myself? Am I playing a new role? And maybe she does play new roles. Maybe she's going to put on a new hat. So there is movement with her career. There's mention of her father and father figures and dating. And I'm telling you, I think 2024, Drew's going to find her next big romance. Anyway, so as far as this period of her young life, this really feels very much like a rebellion. This is her acting recklessly. This is her very lost in herself. She's, again, she's making money. Things are happening with her career, but there's also danger in here. And so then at the age of 23, I feel like I kind of lost track. I know she was in that movie, I think it's Scream. I'm not a horror movie person, so I never saw any of that franchise, but this was Yin Metal Snake. And, again, the elements that we're most looking for her is metal and water for that full balance to happen. And that's not showing up yet. So we've got this yin metal snake. And even though the yin metal's there, it's like, this is where the daughters are forecasted. And the fire of the snake surges more fire combined with her horse and creates a punishment with her tiger. This isn't a full punishment, but it's enough to say, things are rocky. Health issues, pregnancy issues, anything that's health and safety related and possibly legal problems. This might have been a time when she was challenging her mother, who knows? And actually, it could actually be a lot about her mom now that I look at it, because that yang fire of the snake is very much about legal issues and also about the mother. It's about her own role as a mother and becoming a mother. And there's a lot of change happening in here. There's shifts, there's changes. And again, there is this sense of, how do I identify with myself? Who am I? Who is Drew Barrymore? Now I'm a mother. What does this mean? And that yin metal does spur more activity, more creative projects for herself. Then 33 to 42, let's see, where are we in time and space? Time and space. So that was 1989, 99, 2009. So we aren't quite to her current luck cycle, but the last one was a yang water horse, brought in a lot of money for her in that period of her life, and a lot of outside support. And she may have really gone on a very deep spiritual journey. This is where she reclaims herself, This is me. I have found myself. I have done the work. I've done the journey. And there's moving, there's travel, lots of things going on in this period of her life. Then we come to now. And Drew right now has been since 2019, not too long ago, been in this yin water sheep time that highlights, let's just look at the combinations here. Her horse, which is her career, combines with the sheep to release fire. So that is added support. Then there is a full wood trio with her pig, her rabbit, and the sheep. This really feels like such a push on her career. There is money coming in from all kinds of resources, all kinds of projects and things that she's doing. This is also speaking of dating and also some health issues. There's, and you know, in general, she's going to have to watch her health because of all that wood. When you have a chart that has that much of an imbalance, you know, where almost half of her energy is on the wood and it's draining her earthy self, she's going to have to watch her. I would especially be watching the metal and water organs, specifically kidneys, the reproductive system, her lungs, skin and hair. Anyway, so all of this wood, all of this fire coming in, and she's got the yin water, which is helpful, but there's some health things going on. There's money, and there is her. This is such a time for her to network, collaborate, partner with people on projects. This is her time to connect with people, to build that circle around her, her community. And she is herself. She is so strong in her agency right now, independent, decisive, confident. And she, again, this feeling of spirituality, of faith, being on a spiritual path and exploring that for herself. And then again, there is some shifts and changes, 2019 to 29 with her career, which is good. You don't want to see a career like not seeing any mention of her career or too much shift and change. Just a little shows that she's going to plug along and she's going to tweak things as she needs to. So let's go dial back and wrap up with what is going on this year. And at this point, it's important to recognize, do you have your own Bazi Astrology written? Have you had your chart pulled up? And you can go to apps like Bazi Hero is one, but it doesn't give you the full picture. It gives you some information, but not all of it. And so for that reason, I do two kinds of reads. You can pay for an hour read with me, or you can pay more money, so worth it, to have a written report. It's like about, I don't know, around 8 pages. And it's thorough. It's something tangible you can always refer back to. Plus, you also get a 30-minute Q&A with me. So to kind of, once you've gotten the report, to pick my brain with questions you might have. And it's wonderful. I've met with women and men around the world, looking at their Bazi astrology and helping them to understand relationships and health issues and their careers and all kinds of things. It's been really beautiful. So I will put links to ordering your chart in the description. So Drew's year, again, love is really on the table this year for her. I see her in a relationship. And so that's mentioned, big, all of her responsibilities, her family, her home life, her work, all of it is demanding a lot from her. So this is a big year for her. We also remember that in addition to a traditional full wood trio, that is her luck cycle, she's also got the dragon putting a seasonal trio in with the tiger, rabbit, and dragon. So the fact that there are now 2 full wood trios happening in her chart, this is powerful. The thing she's got to be careful of is the harm to her earth element, which is her. That is the one thing she's got to watch, is burnout. And this is a year where she is going through a bit of a shift within herself. You know, maybe she's struggling a little bit. You know, as a woman with kids, we go through stages of development. And I think that she's also possibly going to be taking on some new roles. There are shifts and changes going on with her career. There is money, again, mention of dating, and again, mention of some health things. So all of that to be said, I think overall, it's a great year for her. I think it's a great year for her to explore. And in her exploration, daydream, imagine, all the things that really are the dragon, right? You know, throw out the sprinkles, glitter bomb, you know, like all of that, and see where she lands, see what's going to happen. How are the cookies going to crumble and fall? And the one caution I would have for Drew is to amp up her self-care practice, especially in the month of April when we have a double dragon. Yeah, so she's got to really watch all of this and be mindful of her health this year. But maybe love will swoop in and be that medicine that she most needs for her sweet self. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, friends, be well.